I think we're on.
You're not on the screen too much.
Yeah, I can move over. What's up, trying to learn? What's up, Ferrari?
Yeah, that sounds good, trying to learn. So let's look at this game too.
Okay.
I don't know how.
Uh,
We can just make the moves on the
yeah,
board.
that's fine. We'll do that. Farty Party, subbed for 61 months. What's up? Haven't heard that name in a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. But he sent the link.
Okay, that works. Nice. I'm excited to see the game trying to learn. Looks like we're on Chess TV.
Well, sorry, I'm not very talkative. I leave that up to you.
Yep. I can do it. Do most of the talking. Farty Party, thank you for the gifted tier 1 sub.
Yay, go farty party. Looks like I've lost weight.
It does. So we've got about 6 games to look at today. Excited to see them. I was having issues with the Discord. For some reason, Discord thinks I'm not a Twitch sub when I've been subbed for years. But, you know, these things happen.
Yeah, I wonder if other people had problems too.
I sent out that.
Because we only had 5 people submit games.
Yeah. Oops. Okay. I sent out that message. Wonder if,
Somebody said they couldn't either. Then they said, but I'm not a sub.
yeah, I saw that. Oh, not exactly helpful. Yeah, no. Nobody said anything. Latino at his sublapse. Try rebooting. Yeah, I reset Discord on my computer and my phone. I tried everything under the sun. I left the group and then rejoined. I unlinked my Twitch account and then put it back. For some reason, the server is just not accepting. Reboot myself? Like my physical person? I could just type that in. Trying to learn its Pat 6578 number sign 6578.
I thought Calgreasy wrote, "What are your medications for the World Cup?" And I was like, well, I don't take any special medications. It's the same medications I always take. I predict a lot of the high-rated players will lose since they already did. And that Vanderbilt will win.
I'm probably going to jinx it, so knock on wood. I really hope Laco wins. It'd be really cool to see Laco in the candidates.
It would?
I would think so, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Laco's made it pretty far, so I think he's playing to win.
Go Laco.
Woo, it's bedtime. What's up, PW Seagull?
I guess we can start.
All right. So the first game is from Sip Bear. He writes, "Whenever I play the Dutch, I feel like I'm overextending my pawns. My position will collapse at any moment, and I'll get mated spectacularly. But this game, the computer says I did fine. I only had 2 minutes left on my clock and should have choked under time pressure. But I guess my knight sack was so spectacular it shocked my opponent into resignation." So this game was played at the Los Angeles Open yesterday. Sit Bear has black, and he won. The time control is game 60, delay 10. So if we go to Sit Bear's game and then flip the board, I see lots of colors, so that's a good sign. It's in English. Okay, so Anglo-Dutch. So I learned not too long ago that if you're going for an English and your opponent plays a Dutch, you kind of keep this D pawn in reserve and play D3 and E4. There's nothing wrong with D4, but you're not really, you're not getting an English kind of opening against the Dutch when you do this, so. Okay. Looks like both sides are just developing their pieces. I think it would have been slightly better for White to go for an early kingside fianchetto. But that's just me. White's doing fine. Both sides are doing okay here. I'm not familiar with this kind of setup where Black's fianchettoing the light squared bishop. It looks okay.
Yeah, he always does that.
Okay. GM Benjamin Bach is rating with a party of 94. It's all
Hey,
about the
Ben.
Benjamins.
I hope you had a good stream, Ben.
Same here. Would one of our lovely moderators give Benjamin Bach a shout out, please?
We have lovely moderators.
We do. I'm one of them.
Oh yeah.
Thanks, Bonerichi. I think that was you. Yeah. No, it was Trying to Learn. Thanks, Trying to Learn.
Is Bonerichi a moderator?
I don't think so. But I saw him shout him out, so. A3 is pretty slow. Yeah, you should be doing something about your light squared bishop NN. You should be playing G3 and bishop G2. Thanks, Trying to Learn.
A3 is pretty good for NN.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, he's NN.
Living up to his reputation. Bishop E7's good. E3's fine. Castles is fine. Yeah, black's already equalized here. White's not doing a lot to punish black's setup on the flank. Not really getting an E4 because black's covering it 1, 2, 3 times. So white's just kind of moving his pieces around and not really playing for an advantage. Yeah. Now black has the 2 bishops. Rook B1's not really harmonious because I don't see how B4 helps you. You can't really get a pawn break on the B file. Can you Wesley so? Yes. G5, wow. Aggressive. That move looks fine. I don't know why it's getting a dubious mark. It looks okay. You're trying to open up your diagonal for your bishop. Misplaced the knight. Yeah, the engine's being a bit mean with these dubious marks, but this all looks okay. Every single move the engine's been wanting to play c5 to open the diagonal for the bishop and strike at white's pawns. Yeah, queen e8's a tactical mistake because your queen and rook are now unforkable squares, so knight b5, and you have to do something about your c7 square. Should you address the bishops? Yes. Hello, bishops. Yeah, never do that.
Yeah, that actually should get a dubious.
Yeah. Yeah, after knight b5, it's not clear to me what Sitbear was planning to do. Bishop d8 is the engine recommendation, but you can start to see issues with black's pieces not being so harmonious on the back rank here.
Yeah, but our Thai food was good.
It was, indeed.
We get Thai food before we stream,
Indeed.
and then we eat it.
Indeed. Okay, he goes for bishop d8 to deal with that. So the engine doesn't like e4, but it's not getting a dubious mark. So I wonder which engine did the evaluation. E4 has the problem of weakening all the dark squares. That's good news for our bishop. 6 knight c3. Wow. Go Sitbear with the correct plan.
So far, this is a pretty good game.
Yeah.
No, I'm serious.
Yeah, it's good.
Nobody's blundered.
Yeah, everyone still has all their pieces.
Yeah, everybody's playing with a plan.
Yeah.
White has a big center, and black has big king side.
King side initiative, yeah.
Yeah. 2 bishops.
Mm-hmm. Always play e takes f5. I'm not sure I would find the best move for black here, but it makes sense. A good game confusing the audience. Yeah, so queen h6, we have a battery on the knight, and after knight f3, bishop e3 check, king h1, h takes g4, and that's a lot of attack. I even forgot a piece. That's how much attack it is. Yeah, engine is suggesting knight h4, and if you take this, I take this. But, I mean, white's king is super uncomfortable. And black's king, you know, it's not great, but it's okay. There's more black pieces around the white king than there are white pieces around the black king. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Now black's winning with rook ae8. Yeah, and then rook can come to e3, bishop can come to e3. King's not feeling too safe. Very good. Sitbear's using all of his pieces. In comes the rook. Rook h3, nice. We can't take because of the pin. This is a very complicated game. I need more time to like analyze it. Queen c3. So now black has 2 pieces for a rook, but there's not as many pieces around the white king now, so I think it feels a little bit safer. No complaints so far. Black's much better here and winning, but you know it's gonna take time to win.
G4.
Yeah, g4 is probably the worst move of the game so far. That makes the king horrendously weak, and you know it's only a 10-second delay, so maybe it's time pressure at this point. Explain g4? I can't. I can't do it.
Yeah, G4 is bad.
It's possible white thought after I take here. But, I mean, yeah, I got nothing.
Yeah, black should have played knight takes G4.
Yeah. Knight takes G4, double exclam. Can't take, because we have mate in 1.
And you can't not take.
Yeah, you can't not take. Queen G3, knight takes, rook, king takes, and black's up a piece. Nothing really going on here. Opportunity, but it's okay. Knight takes G4 once again. And he played it that time. Very good, Sitbear. And then white resigned. Yeah, it's a good decision. Just like in the movies, we meet discovered check with discovered check.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes with mate.
Yeah, sometimes with mate. That was a good game. I enjoyed that. It was really complicated and hard to analyze for me.
Yeah, that was a pretty good game.
Yeah.
Proving that sit bear is better than hip bear.
Agreed. Assuming they're not the same person.
That's right. Even if they're the same person, he's still better.
Yes. Stu JST, if you want us to look at your game, you have to be a sub on Twitch. And then we'll tell you if your opponent was cheating. The answer is probably no, but, you know.
You can report your opponent to chess.com and they'll tell you whether he was cheating or not.
That's also true. It's an interesting theory. Sit bear and hit bear are both Bonerichi. I could never play chess without typos and misclicks. So sit bear is someone else with a typo in it. All right, next game. It's from Dja Vu 2. Here is a 5-minute game I played as black on chess.com featuring the Queen's Gambit from February. My opponent was from the other side of the world in Indonesia. I tried to play a stonewall defense formation as black against 1d4 when possible. There's a nice bishop sacrifice early on in the game, but I couldn't find the right follow-up moves, and my opponent held off the initial attack. So I guess he's black there. I forgot to look. I'm assuming he's black. Yeah, he's black. Darn, the board didn't stay flipped. Alright, so he says he wants to go for a stonewall formation, but starting off with the incorrect move order. F5. I guess you can still get there. Doesn't matter, but usually you start with F5. Okay, it's a Queen's Gambit, and it's a Slav. F5, wow. Okay, I don't know F5 in this position. But it looks like white can throw a wrench in the works if he plays bishop g5. Then it's hard to play e6. It's legal, but I don't recommend it. Okay, knight f3, and he's achieved the stonewall formation. Yeah, e3 is the wrong direction for the bishop. You want to put it on the long diagonal where it exerts pressure on d5. Okay, e3. It looks like both sides are just developing their pieces. So far, so good. Now knight e4 is a good move. Because white can't take it in any way. Knight takes as a fork. Bishop takes allows f takes, opening the f file and disrupting the knight. So knight e4 would be good. Okay, it wasn't played, but that's fine. Okay, played it on the next turn. Very good. Yeah, this position is just better for black almost because the central grip on e4 is really strong, the knight on e4 is really strong, and it's not clear how white makes progress. It's not really a good pawn break for white. Yep, here comes the attack. And suddenly with that move, black's already winning. Yeah, the attack's too strong after bishop h2, knight h2, queen h4. That's a lot of attack. And these pieces don't really defend the king over here. Oh, is that what happened? That's what happened. Okay. Alright, king f1. Bishop g3's nice because can't take it. We have a fork here. And we're threatening the f2 pawn, so that's good. Very good. White somehow came out of that alive. Never do that. We've seen f3 a lot in these games. What's up, Crazy Cake? And f6 is good. Carry this out a little bit. So d takes c4, b takes c4, and b6. Yeah, we're going to come for the pawn now, which is hard to defend, admittedly. Is that what happened? Wow, that's what happened. Ah, but he followed it up with bishop d7. That's fine. Yeah, b6 and bishop a6 piles up on the pinned pawn, which would have been more winning. Engine's not a fan of c5, f4, queen f5, and queen h4. Yeah, suddenly white's pieces are sort of springing to life. And black doesn't have a lot of pressure on white's center anymore. Queen g6, dc5. Rook f8?
Black's pieces are all clumped together.
Yeah, it's... Rook f8's hard for me to understand. Rook c8 makes more sense because it carries a threat. Just go attack white's weak pawns. But it's a 5-minute game, so I'm assuming at this point low time. Ouch. Yeah, and just like that, the game's over. We lose to a skewer. Yeah, so towards the end there, white was equalizing. And then f5 is a mistake. Too much opening of the king. We take this, always play e takes f5. Pawn takes, and then we open the diagonal here. So, a sudden end to an otherwise exciting game.
What day is today? Sunday?
Yeah, today's Sunday.
I got a flu shot on Wednesday, and it still hurts.
That's not good.
Truth hurts.
Yeah, the shot hurts.
Like, you know, where they give the shot.
Yeah.
It didn't hurt when they did it.
No, not usually, but yeah, it tends to be sore after a while. And
After queen h5 check, maybe white should move his king.
yes, king e1.
But yeah, f5 seems like a bad move.
I agree. Black's still winning, but you know, white's not getting skewered and forked and Oh, there's 20 more moves. I thought the game was over. Wait, they didn't. He didn't resign? Oh, I thought he resigned. Okay. Okay, so we have a rook versus knight endgame where this rook is super active, the king is super active, and all of white's pawns suck. These are connected pass pawns. One of them is a rook pawn, which is impossible for the knight to defend. So black's -6. Okay, I have to see if taking this wins.
Ooh, of course.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, taking the knight just wins, and you don't have to calculate very much. After I played it, Stockfish said, yeah, do that. That's what he did. Very good. Okay, now black has one winning move. Only one. Who in the chat can find it? The chat is correct. B6 is indeed the move. You want to disrupt these pawns and take them. Okay, now he resigned. I'm pressing the arrow and it's not doing anything, so that means he resigned.
Yeah, now he's gonna queen.
You would promote to a bishop or a knight.
Whichever's funnier.
Yeah. Why do we have to force the issue? Can't we just push our passers? I'm going to tell you why, PW Seagull. Because in a blitz game, you don't want to calculate stuff. I'm not going to calculate moving my king and then knight takes b7 and, you know, this is just a winning king pawn ending that you don't have to think about. Your way would win, but this is the simplest human win. Every human plays rook takes d6 and wins. You want to take away all counterplay. Ferrari is correct. We love not thinking. Could we push instead of playing b6? Push where? What do you want to push?
You know, the problem is white's gonna play e4, e5.
Yeah. That's going to lock your king right where it is. Your king can't make progress when we play e5 because it has to babysit this pawn. Yeah, you want to disrupt this pawn chain and then win the pawns. And then you maintain the strength of these pass pawns. All right, we can look at the next game. The next game is from Bonerichi. He says he dropped a piece on a misclick move 5. He's only 2100, so I outplayed him, but he escaped with a draw. I lost track of how many times I always repeated. I had a minute left and he had 10 seconds, so there's no excuse. This game was played today, and it's a 3-minute game. And Bonerichi has white. Okay, let's take a look. Bonerici's 21-18, his opponent's 21-19. Pat, can you see?
Bonerici's rating went up.
Pat, can you see my game? It was before hit bears. Did I miss that? Oh. Yeah, I see it. You submitted it not on Sunday, that's why I didn't count it, but yeah, we'll look at it.
Thanks, Fen buying gold.
What's up, Tensor Extension? What's up, Fen Gold?
I like the way he referred to Sit Bear as Hit Bear.
Because they're the same person.
Yeah, exactly.
You got it, Ferrari. Okay, it's a Slav. In the previous game, we saw a Slav where black played f5. Now we have a kind of normal Slav. Yeah, it's a known error. It's not an error per se, but it's not good for black.
But white's refutation leaves something to be desired.
Yeah. Do I tell? I guess we can talk about it in the chat. I mean, it's been talked about many times on this channel and on the stream and in YouTube videos where, you know, bishop f5 weakens the b7 pawn and it weakens all these light squares. So we take and then play queen b3. And the only move for black to stay in the game really is bishop c8. But that's not why he played bishop f5. You don't play bishop f5 to play bishop c8. I've been told that knight c6, queen takes b7, bishop d7 is some gambit. Have you ever seen that before?
No.
Yeah. So, I mean, this just looks really good for white.
Yeah.
So I don't see the compensation. Okay, but Bonerichi played knight takes d5, giving up a piece. And Bonerichi's down a piece. So probably not going to be a lot to talk about because black's up a piece. I guess as compensation for the piece, white has more space in the center.
2 bishops.
And an extra pawn and the 2 bishops. But I mean, if all black has to do is simplify and not hang anything and they'll win. Was this a 5-second game? No. It was a 3-minute game. Yeah, g6 is not a move you should play because now this dark squared bishop is foaming at the mouth and salivating, and you've weakened your king, and this is the best bishop ever after d5. Which wasn't played. You played bishop g2. Yeah, now we can shut down the bishop with bishop f6, which was played. Okay, e5, f4. I mean, he's trying. Going for lots of counterplay on the king side, trying to open it up. But white's pieces are not situated as such where they can attack the king quickly. You know, they're kind of over here. But you got to do something. You're down a piece. Engine says always sack the exchange, which is also losing.
He did sack the exchange. He played rook c1. There's a bishop on f4.
Oh, yeah. It took me a second.
Knight takes b4 is a
Knight takes,
funny,
yeah, that's weird.
funny looking move.
Yeah, now white's only down the exchange, but they have the two bishops, and king's not looking too hot over here. You know, if you could just somehow get your queen to this diagonal and then take on g5. That gives up the c file. Now, he just gave back the exchange.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't
always sack the exchange.
That didn't register with me. Yeah, you just sacked the exchange for no reason. Yeah, now black's lost. King's too weak. h4 is good. So my first instinct would be queen d2, because that's why we're on the diagonal, but queen f2 is actually interesting.
Yay, Mari Chess rated.
Thank you, Mari Chess.
Hope you had a good stream.
Indeed.
Karen rated her earlier.
Oh, yeah. I remember. I think what white wants to do here, if allowed, is play bishop takes knight, but that allows queen takes with check. I thought the idea was bishop takes knight and then queen to the h file. But maybe that doesn't work. Okay. Bonerichi played the human move queen d2, keeping pressure on g5, threatening hg and queen g. Yeah, bishop e4 is really, really strong because you can tie it in nicely with queen h2, and here we come. Mari Chess subscribed at tier 1. Thanks, Mari Chess.
Yay.
Yeah, bishop e4 was played. This game was a draw. Surprising.
It was a perfect game.
Yeah. Yeah, queen h2 and then... Yeah, just queen h6 and queen g7. Flyfish says he's 0-13 against you. And he managed to lose in 13 moves yesterday. Darn.
That's because he's 0-13.
Yeah. Yeah, Bonerichi, you said you had a minute on your clock. So, queen h6, queen g7. But I digress. It's okay, Bonerichi. It's a 3-minute game. Who cares? The only issue with your move is after this, the queen defends laterally, so... Yeah, now you can take this and move your rook to the 7th and take all the pawns. Also good. Darn, king g2 is too slow. It looks like you're promoting if you just play rook e8, f7, f8. Black can't stop that. He can't play king g7. How did he draw? Okay, king g2. Yeah, okay. So now the pawns are stopped. There was no increment though, right? Like, can't you flag him? Or was there an increment?
I think he said they repeated.
Oh, they repeated.
He
those.
lost the amount of times he repeated.
Ah. Got it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, at least you always repeated. That's good.
That's right.
So, a perfect game.
Yeah. Yeah, it would have been better if he played queen h6 and mated him.
Yeah. Bonerichi, you did a good job of not trading pieces and creating counterplay, and you always sack the exchange. And
yeah, both of them always sack the exchange.
that's true. Excellent rule following, indeed. Yeah, but you're also 2100, Bonerichi.
Yeah, when you don't play Queen H6, you sort of back up my conjecture that 2100 players aren't very good.
I think Bonerichi knows the F6 Queen H6 mating pattern. I just think it was a 3-minute game.
That was a funny mouse slip in the opening.
Knight takes D5.
Yeah.
Yeah, his mouse is like all the way over here. $2,100 Lichess is less than 400 FIDE. All right. Who's next? I gotta scroll back down. It's PW Seagull. Hello, Ben, and probably Pat. I ran into a kind of unusual setup against the Caro, and I was doing pretty well until I blundered an exchange. Eventually, I collapsed and lost. It turns out that my blunder was the top engine move, and I still can't figure out why. Any advice would be appreciated. This is a rated rapid game. PW Seagull has black, and the time control is 10-minute no increment. What's up, Sit Bear? He went 4 out of 5 in the under 1700 section of the LA Open. Very good, Sit Bear. And or Hit Bear. We just looked at your game not too long ago. Congrats.
Yeah, good job.
Ferrari, I didn't forget you. I was going to throw you in at the end. All right, let's look at PW Seagull's game. He's got black. I have to go back to the message and see what... I was doing pretty well until I blundered an exchange. Okay, so PW Seagull thinks they blundered the exchange, but it turned out to be the top engine move, because always sack the exchange. Alright, so White's playing for a King's Indian attack, I guess? Maybe not with that exchange. Okay, so this is just nonsense. You know, White's already strategically lost because, you know, d4 and just shuts out all of White's pieces, and you can't play bishop f4 because that runs into e5, and yeah. I don't get the motive for... I can understand why you don't want to go into a main line, because maybe your opponent knows it better than you do. But I don't understand playing suboptimal moves like this and this and this as a means to get your opponent out of theory, because your pieces just suck. So, I mean, you should learn a sideline or two and not move your pieces to random squares.
Well, he's black.
I'm talking about White.
Yeah, but it sounds like you're yelling at the guy who submitted the game.
Oh, I'm not.
When you're yelling at his opponent.
Yeah. I have to yell at the opponents.
Yeah.
So this is really good for black. The knights are traditionally placed. Pawns are in the center, and White's pieces don't make a lot of sense. I guess you wanted to play bishop h7 here, but that allows knife f5.
Call that a knife?
Yeah. That's the wrong knight. Yeah, this knight is more stable than this knight, so you should dive in with this knight. Okay. I guess in any case, you're taking the bishop, so who cares? Yeah. Bishop g4. Well, white had the two bishops, and now he doesn't. And it looks like these pieces are about to get steamrolled. f5, f4, g5. Pawns hanging. Yep. Never play f3. Yeah, so far you're playing well. Don't really have any complaints. You have a winning position. f4 is correct. We activate our bishop with tempo. Yeah, and then you said bishop c5 blunders the exchange. Okay.
Yeah, but your opponent's knight is trapped.
Yeah. Let's figure out why that doesn't
You have
matter.
big center.
Big center. Beautiful bishop. This rook does absolutely nothing. And these pieces aren't doing much either. And it looks like your opponent has to do something about g5, which there's nothing to do about that. Yeah, so you just didn't recognize, or maybe you were afraid to play g5. And g5 wins back your material, and then you would have two pieces for a rook.
The e4 just hangs the d pawn.
Yeah. Coordinated pressure. Now you can get some counterplay with e3. Yeah, that's a strong pawn. And we're still threatening g5, which attacks two things. The rook and the knight. Yeah. Yeah, e3 would have been better. Connected past pawn. Now it's equal again if you defend your pawn. Ouch. I'm sort of worried about your king now. You just play queen takes here and then b5. Yeah, that's a lot of attack for white. Yeah, and then you decided to resign because you're losing the knight. And you don't really have an attack on white's king.
That game wasn't very good.
So if we go back to, I guess, what was it? Yeah, here. You have tactical compensation for your exchange in the form of g5. And then white's pieces don't make a lot of sense. Yeah. That's all you have to do. I mean, the knight is trapped here. So g5 would have been the way to stay in the game. You're even winning there. I just don't see a way to save the knight. Okay, g4 is a move. Well, still we played g5. And then if knight g2, the queen is... Oh no, I thought the queen was trapped. We have to play king g7 first. King g7, bishop g6. Okay. Yeah, you got it, PW Seagull. Indeed. A nice queen sandwich. All right. What is in store for the next game? It's Valis 2501. Hi, Ben. This was an OTB Game 90, Increment 30 game at the Bay Area Chess Club. I wanted to play the English Defense after watching your lecture on it, but it scares a lot of folks into playing these passive E3 lines. You can still yell at me for it, but don't worry, I realized 21 King G8 was a mistake in-game after I played it. I'm sure I made other mistakes throughout as well, and I couldn't figure out how to make progress in the final position, so accepted a draw 35 minutes down on the clock. Sorry, hero's black. 5,400 plus 30. That's a lot of math. I guess it's game in 70.
Is it 90?
5,400?
90 times 6.
6 times 9? Yeah, you're right. 6 times 9 is 54. Yeah, that's right. Okay. And I have to flip the board. So English defense. A friend of mine plays this with black.
What a sick brag. You have a friend.
Yeah, I do have a friend. Not many. Yeah, this is exactly what he plays.
Maybe this is the guy.
Maybe. He's not 13 years old, though. He's a little older than that.
No, but that's the opponent.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Duh. He's higher rated than 1655.
Maybe he's just modest.
Maybe. Yeah, this looks okay for black. White's pawns are bad, and you have a nice grip over the e4 square. Knight e1 looks like it has the intention of playing f3 and e4. Okay. Now c5 is a good move here. Looks like we want to trade off one of the doubled pawns. Now queen b3 lines up with the unprotected bishop, and we put a bit more sting in the c5 move. Bishop a3 is also good. Yeah, anything to get on this the b file. Rook b1, queen b3, and follow it up with c5, working against the pin. Your bishop has to go to an unfavorable square, probably. Unless you want to play this weird move. Probably not. Rook a2 is a bit slow. Ah, that's why he did it. So I think White's implementing a weird plan. Like, he wants to open the F file, but Black doesn't have to open the F file. You know, I can play F4. And then your rooks look weird on the F file, but he must have heard me. He wanted to stop F4. Yeah, you should still play F4 because even if you sack the pawn, the rooks look ridiculous and the king's going to be unsafe. You know, you're the one that gets to make use of the G file eventually. Yeah. So I guess that's okay, but I'm not a big fan of opening these rooks. Yeah, now this is a good square. And this is a good square. So that's a good thing. Yeah, always play knife F5. Threatening knight H6 check with a fork. And for some reason, the engine says you should allow that. Knight G4, and then it doesn't go for it because it defends it. Rook B2. Okay. That's the end of the game?
Yeah, he said they agreed to a draw. And
They agreed to a draw.
He had 30 minutes less on his clock.
Oh, okay.
Seems fair.
Yeah. Okay. Nice game.
Good analysis, Sven Beingold.
Rook A1, Rook A2, Rook F2, Rook B2, R2 to D2. Yep. Knife F5. Nimzotwitch. Nimzotwitch spoke of mysterious rook moves.
He's a witch.
Do I have a better chance of becoming a GM if starting now at 25 or becoming king of the world?
No kings. You have equal chances.
Yeah. Okay, so the next, I guess we have to do Trying to Learn's game and Ferrari's game.
Right.
Right. Trying to Learn didn't leave a message, so. Oh, he did. He did. He said that it had a beautiful puzzle rush checkmate at the end. A beautiful puzzle rush checkmate. It's the center game. Okay, now it's a Danish gambit. Not accepted. Okay. I think if Morphy had white, he would play Queen B3 here. It's a lot of attack. But this would be annoying, right? Yeah, so maybe he wouldn't do that. He probably wouldn't have white in the center game. Yeah, this position is just good for black. It's just up a pawn. And both sides are getting their pieces out, but you know, white's position is just a bit more passive. Trying to Learn, don't trade your pieces when you're down material. Now the rook's lined up with the queen. I wonder if he did something about it. Kinda. Yeah, black has nice bishops. I wouldn't be trading it off for the knight. Yeah, now the position's relatively equal because even though white's down a pawn, it's opposite colored bishops, and white has more active pieces. Did Triangulator mention the time control?
It says 30 minutes. It says it right there under his.
Oh, it does. Yeah, I see it now. Yep, you're right. What's up, Lawful Waffle? Ah, darn. All right, we're going to go to the chat. Best move for white.
If black takes the pawn on h4, then he loses his pawn on f7. Bonerichi.
Once again, the chat is correct. Queen d5? Does that not hang a bishop? Yeah, h6 takes and then bishop f7. Attacking this and this. Well done, chat. Okay, but Triangulator played the second best move. Always play bishop f1.
He must have won.
Yeah.
He should have put it in h.
he already did. It's a lot of h. Ah, that's a cool move. So the best move here for white is a deflection tactic. Bishop takes b5. Because after queen takes, we have h6 check. And then we take this. What's up, Professor Stephen Falcon? Yeah, want to undermine the bishop here. b4. That's okay. No, take it. It's all good. We can still play c4 here, though, right? Yeah. Oh, wow. Now that's a move. Damn. Alright, there's no way the chat's getting this one. No way. Best move for white, chat. Let's see what you got. G6?
I think he means HG.
Yeah, I think so. Bonerichi got the second best move. King G1 is slightly illegal. F7 and stuff. Yeah, this is a Levy Rosman kind of move. Rook E6. God damn. Can't take because it's pinned. Can't take with a pawn anyway. You take with a queen, and I take your queen, and the pawn's pinned. And if you take this, then I take your queen. Yeah, there's no defense to that. I guess I would try queen a7. But then I get mated. So my move was the worst of the bunch. No, that's a move. Wait, is that what happened? Hold on, I have to go back. Oh, he found it. Or no. Did he find it?
Mm-hmm.
He did find it, wow.
Can he play king h8 after rook takes g6 check?
Queen a7, rook takes g6, king h8. And then rook h6.
Ooh, that's a good move.
Yep. Go trying to learn. Amazing move.
Show how the game ended.
I think I did. Rook takes g6. Oh, h takes, okay. Yeah, then queen takes g6 and queen h7 mate. God damn. Rook e6.
Yeah, trying to learn's too good.
He is too good. Nice move. Nice game. Well, the lead up to rook e6 wasn't great. But the rook e6 was fantastic.
That makes up for all of your sins.
Yeah. Trying to learn is suggesting he saw it when he played rook e1. Here. Nice. But did you see the defense queen c6? Putting pressure on your rook. Rook e6 here. Somehow black's still winning. I would be afraid to have black here, but, you know, maybe if I had more time. Alright, I gotta grab Ferrari's game. There we go. I scrolled too far. Here it is. What's up, Lolarama? Add games.
The bottom one.
Oh, the bottom.
No. Add game. The bottom. No. Yeah, up. Yeah, no. Down. Yeah.
Ah, there it is. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right, last game's from Ferrari. And hi, Ben. In this game, we played 60 seconds, and the game is pure entertainment. Actually, I wanted you to look at another game, but I just reached a new all-time high in Bullet. with this funny, insane game. So I got to submit this crazy game full of action, brilliance, and blunders. Take a look and tell me your thoughts. Enjoy. I did it again.
You did it right.
Ferrari's Did he say which color he was?
Nobody's the higher rated player.
Okay, so he's white. All right, got it. All right. So it's a bullet game. It's a hyper-accelerated dragon with bishop c4.
Go to analysis.
Yep. A move I don't know anything about. Okay. I mean, it's a bullet game, so the opening's not going to matter too much. Queen e2 looks like it walks into knight d4, taking advantage of the pin. And that was played. And the queen just went back. I'm not sure how much to comment on because it's a bullet game. Okay, we have coordination on f3, so we should play f4. Somehow that doesn't stop knight takes f3. I have to figure out why. I guess that. Yeah, we're attacking the rook. It's attacked twice and it's defending the bishop. That's probably pretty hard to see in a bullet game, I would assume. Yeah, he played b4. This queen looks trapped now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bishop g5. Yep. And then f4. Yep. Always sack the exchange. d4. And white has two bishops. And what else? h4 also good. Put it in h. He sacked the exchange too much. Funnily enough, the engine doesn't take it. That's funny. Yeah, I guess this is annoying. Man. Oof. No. Now knight c3 check. It looks like white could get mated here. Knight c3, I think king d2, and this is mate, yeah. That would be a sudden end to an otherwise good game. But I guess that... Is that what happened? Oh, did you play queen takes c3 and win on time? No, okay. Yeah, now black's up 2 pawns, and this is a strong passed pawn. So black's winning. And then White won on time with the extra pawn. Ouch.
That white was going to win anyway.
You think so?
Yeah, because once he takes on g5, his one pawn stops all three.
That's true. What's up, Moikane? If your Twitch account is linked to your Discord and you're part of Ben's Discord, you can submit your games in the viewer analysis page on Sundays before 6 o'clock.
Yeah, there's a command, exclam analysis.
Yeah. White deserved to lose? Oh, White played faster. And White played lots of brilliant moves that game.
Wait, what?
Bonerichi said White deserved to lose. Well, that was all the games. That was fun. All you see on the board right now is a winning position for White. Yeah. This pawn stops 3 pawns. And it stops the king from moving up.
Put it in H.
Mm-hmm. Did you go over the English defense game? Yes, we did.
Poor Black. I've never been to Benidorm. All right, we should raid somebody.
All right, let's do it. Bye, everybody. Thank you all for tuning in.
Let's do Nemsko.
Let's do it. She'll be happy. Yeah. Sorry. So, raid and AK Nemsko. Yep, I think I got it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, see y'all next week.
Yeah, push enter. Thanks, everybody, for watching.